idea. What might not be a good idea, though, is charging people for those lessons. I mean, seriously, Nintendo, what the heck? And seriously, Linus, how the heck are you still gonna buy 2 of them? Well, because, aside from the bad bits, that might have been one of the strongest console showcases that I have ever seen. We got oodles of details on the hardware itself, new online features, and, most importantly, games. There's old favorites, there's some soon-to-be new favorites, and some big surprises. The most surprising, though, is that as I'm continuing the sentence, I'm over 15 minutes into this sentence. D-brand. If you want to make sure you've got the best Switch 2 case that D-brand makes, the Kill Switch 2, check it out at iamveryshort.com. Especially technical, Nintendo did confirm a lot of what we suspected was coming on the Switch 2. At its core, it's still a juiced and jacked up Switch, but there are also important quality of life improvements that really set it apart from its predecessor, like a built-in microphone, improved speakers, active cooling in the dock for stronger performance on the big screen, bigger and faster storage, and bringing Nintendo finally into this decade, support for 4K HDR output. Not gonna lie, guys, that one's a big relief for me after all those rumors that it would be stuck at 1080p. But we also know that they're having a big upgrade from 720p to 1080p. And maybe more importantly, it is now 120 Hz refresh rate with support for variable refresh rate. These are both huge wins. I mean, with the amount of competitive gaming that takes place on Nintendo hardware, seeing them finally take latency seriously is a giant relief, and especially on a mobile device where frame rates can be all over the place, variable refresh rate is great for perceived animation smoothness. What isn't a win, though, is the panel technology in the launch version of the console. After the original Switch OLED, I was very hopeful that that would be the end of LCD displays for Nintendo, but knowing that that would have certainly pushed the launch price to $499, I can at least understand why they felt the need to hold off for the inevitable OLED refresh. It just sucks for me because I know I'm going to buy the launch one and the refresh one, hence the title of this video. Speaking of things you can buy over and over again, we got a few more details about the new Joy-Cons, including a closer look at the magnetic lock and release system that looks like a huge improvement in function and reliability over the old rail system, the bigger shoulder buttons on the inside rails that will hopefully make using Joy-Cons in landscape mode somewhat tolerable, and the new mouse functionality that, well, I gotta say, I was just plain wrong about. See, in our last rumor roundup, I hedged, okay? In the video, I was like, maybe it'll happen. Off camera, though, I was adamant that there's no way Nintendo would take the world's worst controller and then turn it into also the world's worst mouse. So I was wrong. Or maybe I was wrong. I mean, Nintendo, it looks so uncomfortable. You could still just bail. It is an option. Another big surprise for me was the C button, present on both the Joy-Con and the new Pro controller that looks just like Gen 1, plus the addition of a 3.5mm jack. The speculation around the meaning of C was rampant, with some folks proposing some pretty cool ideas for it. Unfortunately, we ended up with the most disappointing one. It's a chat button. Yep, Nintendo spent a few minutes showing off their new game chat feature that connects players